Ever feel like your hotel is busy, your team is working hard, guests are checking in every day, but your bank account still isn't growing the way you expect it? Well, you're definitely not alone. Most independent hotel owners focus on filling rooms, but what if I told you that filling rooms isn't always the fastest way to increase revenue? In this video, I'm going to show you a simple revenue strategy that you can implement this week that could have a bigger impact than chasing more bookings. Welcome to another episode of Hotelier Helpcast, where independent hotel owners stop surviving and start running calmer, smarter hotels. If you haven't done so yet, sign up, and if applicable, ring that bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Hi, I'm Jerry McPherson, and I've spent more than 30 years in hospitality, worked with hotel owners from around the world, conducted thousands of hotel inspections, and spoken with countless guests about what makes hotels succeed. Today, I want to simplify hotel revenue management and show you a practical strategy that works with independent hotels. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the biggest revenue mistakes independent hotel owners make, the three numbers that do actually matter, a simple revenue habit you can start immediately. By the end, you'll know exactly how to make better pricing decisions without turning yourself into a full-time revenue manager. Stop chasing occupancy at any cost. This is where a lot of owners really get stuck. They believe occupancy is the goal. Every empty room feels like a problem. Every gap on the calendar feels like money lost. So what happens? The bookings slow down. Panic arrives. The discount button starts looking attractive. And honestly, this could make sense. Most of us have been taught that a full room equals success. But here's the part most people miss. Occupancy is only a piece of the puzzle. A hotel that is 95% full at the wrong rate can make less money than a hotel that is 75% full at the right rate. Think about that for a second. More guests, more work, more wear and tear, less profit. That's not a business strategy. That's exhaustion with extra paperwork. For example, imagine one hotel sells every room at $90. Another sells fewer rooms at $130. The second hotel generates more revenue while creating less operational pressure. I know we've talked about this in the past, but this is extremely important. So what are the three numbers that every hotel owner should know? And this is where it gets interesting. You don't need a degree in finance. You don't need complicated spreadsheets. You only need to understand the three numbers. The first is occupancy. That's simply how many rooms you've sold. The second is ADR, the average daily rate. That's the average price guests paid for those rooms. And the third is RevPAR, revenue per available room. This combines occupancy and pricing into one simple performance measurement. Now that might surprise you, but most owners track occupancy. Some track ADR. Very few regularly track RevPAR. Yet RevPAR often tells the clearest story. It's like checking both speeding and fuel consumption while driving. Looking only at one number doesn't give you the full picture. When you start monitoring all three together, decisions become easier. Instead of guessing, you begin seeing patterns, and patterns create clarity. So let's talk about the 30-day revenue review. I want to make this practical. It's a simple revenue strategy I want you to implement this week. Every Monday morning, spend 20 minutes reviewing the next 30 days. That's it. Not the next year, not 6 months from now, the next 30 days. Look at your occupancy. Look at local events. Look at school holidays. Look into booking pace. Look at competitor pricing. Then divide upcoming dates into three groups: green days, yellow days, red days. We've talked about this in the past too. Green days are strong demand days. Occupancy is building nicely. Bookings are arriving steadily. Raise your rates slightly, not dramatically, just enough to test the demand. Yellow days are average demand days. Leave things alone. Monitor them. And red days are slower demand days. And this is important. Don't slash the rates immediately. Instead, add value. Offer breakfast. Offer parking. Offer a welcome drink. Offer a late checkout. Protect your rate whenever possible, because once you train your guests to expect discounts, it's difficult to reverse. Simple strategy, simple habit, powerful results. What's been your biggest challenge in hotel pricing? Is it knowing when to raise rates, knowing when to hold steady, or knowing whether you're charging enough in the first place? Let me know in the comments below. I read every comment, and they often inspire future episodes. Stop pricing from fear. Now, let's be honest here. Many hotel owners don't price based on data. They price based on fear. Fear says, what if nobody books? Fear says, we should lower rates now. Fear says, we're more expensive than the hotel down the road. But data could tell a different story. Data asks, what's the demand doing? What happened last year? How quickly are bookings arriving? What events are coming up? The more confidence you build around your numbers, the less emotional your pricing decisions become. And that's where revenue management starts becoming easier. Not perfect, just easier. Because confidence comes from clarity, not guesswork. Revenue growth doesn't always mean more bookings. And this may be the most important point today. Revenue growth isn't always about getting more guests. Sometimes it's about getting more value from guests already choosing your hotel. I once spoke with an owner who automatically discounted rooms every winter, every year. Same strategy, same frustration. Then they tried something different. Instead of lowering prices, they created themed packages. Local food experiences, guided walks, weekend escapes. Occupancy stayed similar. Revenue increased. Why? Because they stopped selling rooms and they started selling experiences. Guests don't travel because they want a mattress. They travel because they want memories. And that's a very different thing. And when you understand that, pricing becomes easier. Here are your key takeaways. Occupancy isn't the whole story. Track your ADR, occupancy, and RevPAR. Review the next 30 days weekly. Add value before discounting. Price using data, not fear. If you only implement one thing this week, make it the 30-day revenue review. 20 minutes, every Monday. And that's where better revenue decisions begin. If you want help putting this into action, I recommend watching my free webinar, From Chaos to Control, the 3 fixes every hotel owner needs to boost bookings and cut stress. You'll learn practical strategies to increase bookings, free up your time, and reduce the stress that comes with running an independent hotel. You can find the registration link in the show notes below. And while you're there, download your free copy of Your Independent Hotel Blueprint, a practical guide packed with strategies to improve occupancy, streamline operations, and increase direct bookings. You can find that link also in the show notes. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, hit like and subscribe. And if it really made a difference for you, feel free to buy us a coffee. Share this video with other hotel owners who might be working harder than they need to. Remember, revenue management doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes the biggest improvements come from the smallest habits. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need the right next step. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.